Hey everybody, it's Dee. Hi. Thought I'd make another video. This one we're going to talk about what happens when you decide to join a challenge group or if you're going to start a new program. What are things you can be doing until your program arrives and to kind of prep yourself. We have 2 weeks to go before our prep week starts, and that's going to be, menu planning for the week before we start our workout program on the 30th. And like just getting your menu planned, getting your groceries, and all of that kind of stuff. So basically, suggestions for prepping when you're going to start any program, any workout program, is ideally you'd like to clean out your cupboards and get rid of all that processed food. Like we've talked about before, you want to have clean whole foods in your house. Now, for me, and this is just me personally, since I've been clean eating on and off for 5 years, it isn't an option for me to clean out the cupboards. I have two teenage children, a teenager and a pre-teenage child, and my husband. And they eat a lot different than I do. Sometimes they eat what I eat, but it's rare. So I usually cook 2 meals. I don't mind doing that. For my family, I love to take care of them. I will definitely make something for them. For me, I am loving the way I'm feeling when I'm eating healthy, so it's also something I don't mind doing. And honestly, if you get into the meal prep, and as far as making a menu, which we'll talk about in another video, um, it's really not that difficult because you'll know ahead of time what you're planning. You'll have taken it out the day before. Something you can throw in the crock pot and the family supper is done. Easy enough to have something for you on the side as well. So basically, I've been told I ramble, by the way, but whatever, I do. I'm a rambler. That's just me. I have a lot of thoughts I want to tell everybody. Um, so next week, what would be an ideal thing, since you're not going to be starting your program for the following week will be our menu prep week and then starting our workout program. So in the meantime, you could definitely be doing something, whether it's burpees, jumping jacks, sit-ups, going for a walk, I don't know, anything, just while you're waiting for your program, because the sooner you start, the easier it's going to get. Now, other tips would be start scheduling in some time for yourself. We're not talking about reading a book, unfortunately. We are talking about scheduling 30 minutes for yourself. Now, for me, because my day is such a long day, and by the time my day is over, I'm exhausted well, not exhausted anymore now that I work out, but most of us, we're tired after a day of work. I work from 7 to 5:30, so I'm tired by the end of my day. I don't want to schedule in a workout. I want to schedule in family time, helping the kids with their homework, playing a board game, spending time with the kids, watching a show, and making supper. And then of course cleaning up the house and preparing for the next day. So I don't really have that time in a day to schedule 30 minutes after work. So what I've learned to do is I schedule my time in the morning. My husband is up usually about 4 a.m. and he's out the door by 5:30. So depending on when my day is starting, sometimes it does start a little bit earlier than 7. So on a normal day, I'm up at 5:30. First thing I do besides go to the washroom is throw my workout clothes on, which I leave right where I sleep. Not on the floor, but right in the same room where I sleep. I get those on, go to the washroom, throw my hair up, and then I go straight to the TV and I stream my Beachbody On Demand and I do my workout. It's literally 30 minutes from start to finish, obviously depending on the workout program you're doing. Those 30 minutes fly by. So you do your workout, you're done. Then I go have my shower. Obviously, I start making breakfast for the kids. Eventually, I have some coffee and breakfast in between that. But that is a great thing to do, is you need to start thinking now. If you want to have a workout program, if you want to get healthy, you want to be dedicated, you need to schedule in yourself, time for yourself, because honestly, if you don't, you're not going to get it. So you schedule in your 30 minutes a day, and then if you're going to do it in the morning, which a lot of people have a hard time getting up, and I was no different, but now that I've been working out for 30 days straight, just about, I'm actually naturally up at 5 a.m. I sometimes will lie there because I'm on holiday, but I'm naturally up anyways, and I can't wait to get my workout in. I'm not at that point where I was. I was at a point where it was like hitting snooze and oh my God, I don't want to, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do it. That was totally me. And a lot of times I'd hit snooze until I didn't have time for it. And then I just never had time for it. I don't have time for the gym. The gym for me, besides the fact that it's about $50 a month, so you're looking at close to $500 a year or more. It's just not feasible. The only time I'd have to go would be after work, after supper. I don't want to do that. I want to spend time with my family. So scheduling my workouts in the morning and getting it done is great. And it's great for a lot of people. You just have to, it's mind over matter. You can do it. If I can do it and I work long hours, long days, super busy, anybody can do it. Okay? And just one other quick thing, Beachbody's so much cheaper. I'm streaming it for 1 year and I paid $231 plus tax. It's like 60 cents a day for a year. So you figured out you're spending $50 a month. How often do you go to the gym? If you're like me, not super dedicated, not often, my $50 is wasted. So, and even if you buy a workout program, 164, you get that back right away. That's less than you would spend on a gym membership over 2 months, right? And you get results. Now, back to what I'm saying. So you've scheduled in that time for you. Now what you need to do is start figuring out menu ideas, food ideas, things you're going to want to eat, things that are on the plan you're going to want to eat, and you're going to want to eat clean. So the only kind of carbohydrates you're going to have are complex carbs. So, you know, the most whole grain bread you can find, Ezekiel bread, sprouted grain bread, it'll be quinoa and sweet potato. Those are what I stick to personally, and I try to watch. I don't have that at supper. And search around on Pinterest, write down some recipes, try them out, figure out what you're going to be making. You need to start planning now. If you don't start planning now, basically you're setting yourself up for failure. So those are big, big tips I would use. And another tip I'm going to give you is start making small changes now. You haven't started your program yet. You haven't really been meal planning. So you're getting some ideas off the internet. I go to Pinterest for all my recipes. Get the ideas of what I'm going to make, what am I going to be serving for breakfast. So if I don't feel like having oatmeal or I don't want my Shakeology, what else am I going to have? I'm going to have some eggs and some sweet potato, or I'm going to have some chicken sausage and some sweet potato. So have some things in your mind, have some things prepped so that you can just grab it and go at the door. Same thing for lunch. I'm going to have my salad with spinach, and have it so you know what you're having. You don't feel like that. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to have chili for lunch, and I'll have a nice big salad with chicken for supper. So give yourself some ideas and some options. I don't get bored easily. I'm very much a repetition kind of person, which is great. But if you do get bored, that is something that you want to think about as well. And start cutting things out of your diet. You know you're going to start a program. You know you're going to start eating clean. Why not do it now? It's going to be easier now, because if you're like me, I had to cut back. Actually, I had to cut sugar out of my coffee completely, and I'm a big, big sugar fiend. And I had really bad headaches for 3 days because I was going through withdrawal from the sugar, because you do become addicted to the things that you eat on a normal basis. So start cutting it out. If you're an avid pop drinker, cut out the pop. Maybe go down to one. I don't drink pop personally. I never have. Soda, whatever you want to call it. But start cutting those things out of your diet. Start replacing it with water. Me, I was never a water person. I would drink beer, wine, and coffee, and a cow's milk. I don't drink any of that besides wine, coffee, and I drink almond milk. And I love water. I've already had 5 bottles of water today, and it's only 1 o'clock. Now I'm an avid water drinker. So you need to start making a few changes. Switch out whatever it is. You're switching out the sugar in your coffee. Put in some unsweetened cashew milk. It's awesome. And it's not sweet. You'll learn to like it. Cut out pop. So if you drink 3 pop a day, go down to maybe half a pop. Start replacing that with water. Start making some small changes today. Stop eating the white carbs, the pastas, the Kraft dinner, the white bread. I buy white bread. My daughter loves it. My son, my husband, and I, we all either do whole wheat. I do sprouted wheat grain as my son does. But like, cut back on that stuff that you buy. I still have tons of junk in my house. I have usually 8 kids here. 7, 8, yeah, a lot of kids here. So they definitely have the bear paws and the cheese and crackers and stuff like that. I am not tempted to eat any of that because I know I'm going to feel like hammered shit when I do. Sorry for the words, but let's just be honest. It makes me feel like crap. It's so processed. My head pounds and I feel so sick. So even looking at them, I don't crave it because I know how yucky I would feel. So those are your tips. Cut out some foods, start making some changes now, start planning in your head, you know what, I do want to set aside some time. I know it's going to be hard the first week to get up, but I'm going to do it. Why? Because you're making a change for yourself. What is the point of wanting to start a program, purchasing a program, buying the groceries, and not doing it? It's pointless. The only person that you're failing is yourself. So if you're going to make a commitment to do it, make a commitment and do it. Don't be like, oh, I'll work out tomorrow. No, if you're going to pay for it, do it. It's really not hard. It's all in your head. It's always in people's head that you can't do it. Trust me, the workout I did today, some of those moves I could not do. I did 30 seconds of them, and I did 30 seconds of the modifier. I'm not ashamed. I'm not embarrassed. This is a journey for me. This is a lifelong journey. And some of the moves I can't physically do, maybe because I have a hip issue, which I do. So some of those moves don't work for me, but I did something else. And anytime there's a move I can't do, I'll do something else, whether it's a sit up, a jumping jack, running on the spot, anything. Just do it. You make a plan in your mind and you set forth those goals and you do it. And if you don't want to do those things, then you're really not in the right place. And it's probably not best to even bother pursuing it. If you're not in the place to do it, it's not going to come. It's not going to be easy, but it's not going to come. You're not going to be excited. If you're not in that place mentally that, you know what, now is the time. I'm going to make that change. I'm going to stick with it. Some days are going to be hard. Some days you're barely going to get through your workout. And there's going to be days when your eating isn't going to be on point. But just remember, tomorrow's fresh. You start over. And if you do fall off the wagon at any point and end up going out for lunch with the girls and you have something you shouldn't have, don't put it in your mind that, well, I already ate bad today, I might as well just have a crappy supper. No, no. Yes, you had one bad meal. Move past that and continue on with the healthy. That's what you want to do. You don't ever want to be like, well, I had sugar in my coffee, I might as well just. No, you had one little slip up. You're a human. It's going to happen. We're going to have slip ups. We're going to fail. We just keep progressing forward. If you don't do that, it will never come and it will get easier over time. I see I'm getting pretty long here, so I'm going to stop this video, and I want to make a few more, and I'm definitely going to put a meal plan or what I'm going to eat this week coming. I'm going to video that, and I'm going to show you with my Shakeology containers because, wow, I have been overeating and I did not even realize it. So anyways, I want to cut it off before it gets too long because I personally don't like watching long videos, and I'll make another one and we'll chat soon. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.